Hello everyone, welcome to today's special live streaming bringing you by Huangyue, Una and Niu Niu. We are here in Xinjiang. Yes, we're still on our month-long amazing Xinjiang journey. And today we have arrived a new stop. This county is called Luntai. So it is located at the southern foot of the Tian Shan Mountain and the northern edge of the Tarim Basin. So it is home to over 206 square kilometers of popular Euphratica forests. Yes, popular Euphratica. It's called Huyang in Chinese, in Mandarin, Huyang. And you can also call it desert tree or desert poplar because it is one of the few trees that you can find in the desert. If you watched our yesterday's live stream, or to some of you that might be the live stream that in the morning of your time, you would know that we are actually traveling across the Taklamakan Desert. Taklamakan Desert, it is the largest desert in China and also the second largest shifting sand desert in the world. So Luntai, the county, is actually nearby the desert. So you might imagine that the environment here, it might be sandy, windy, cloudy. You might need to wear masks from time to time, but actually look at here. What a beautiful environment. What a beautiful lake behind me. So that is because here is home to the popular Euphratica forest, one of the largest forests and one of the best preserved forests in the country. And popular Euphratica trees are just like this. Huyang, we mentioned, it's the Chinese name for this kind of tree. It's really, we say it's really stress tolerant. It has a strong ability for to resist drought, resist extreme temperature, even no matter it's too high or too low the temperature, it can survive in the desert. So if you so to people here, this is definitely a green oasis that with much better environment than some of those towns that are nearby the desert. If you watched our live stream yesterday, you will know that the three of us, we all had to wear masks because it was really sandy at that time where we were yesterday. But here it's much better. We have much better environment, we have much better weather, and we can even enjoy the beautiful lake, the beautiful scenery that is similar to the southern or eastern part of China. That is because of the forests here. And like I mentioned, just the Populus euphratica is one of the few trees that can live in the desert, and it is actually the only arbor that you can find surviving in the desert. Arbor, 乔木. If you are from the CRI Learn Chinese page, you can actually learn this expression, 乔木, arbor, and it's as opposed to shrub. Shrub, a low woody plant usually having several major branches. Shrub, 灌木. So popular Euphratica tree is actually the only arbor that you can find that can survive in the desert. So it's really precious. And it can live in the desert thanks to its strong vitality. The Populus euphratica trees can survive where there is little water and rain, or in a climate with extremely high or low temperature. So you can tell from this that this is such a kind of tree that's really tenacious, fortitudinous, persevering. All these are the good qualities that to us humankind, we can maybe learn something from them, from the trees, from the plants. Well, we're doing this live stream simultaneously on China Plus America, China Plus News, China Plus South Africa, and CRI Learn Chinese. So if you have any questions or if you have any stories you want to share with us, do not hesitate to leave us comments in the comment area because I can see your comments right now immediately. So let me see who are with us this afternoon. We have Jessie, of course. Hello, Jessie. Good afternoon from Xinjiang. And Jessie says it looked like we are going fishing. Actually, we didn't expect the locals or the tourists. They are actually fishing here. Let's take a look. Actually, this is a park. This is a popular Euphratica park that covers an area of over 260 square kilometers. And when we first entered this park, we didn't expect there would be such kind of a lake in the hidden inside this park. And then we asked the forest ranger to take us here so that we can appreciate a different view of this forest. So here we're lucky. We see there were quite some locals fishing here, and you know what? In this lake, we also spotted some swans. We also spotted some swans flying over the lake. So if we are lucky enough, if we might witness that beautiful swan later in our live stream. So let's wait and see whether we will see them again. And Jessie says, delightful. All right. Yeah, we are really enjoying our trip here. We have finally crossed the Taklamakan Desert, which is really sandy, really dry. And here we are really excited to see the lake, to see the water, you know. And Jessie says, did the three of you enjoy your desert camping session? Huang, yes, that was really interesting. If you watched our, I would say, bonus live stream last night, or maybe to you that's this morning, you would know that that was really interesting. This once in a lifetime experience. We've never done that before, camping in the desert. And I can tell that Nyonya really enjoyed that. So what do you think? What do you think that camping experience? You can tell us. If you haven't watched that, we do suggest you to watch the playback of that bonus live stream. It's really interesting. And Kenny says, good evening and good afternoon. Let me say it's 5:30, almost 5:30 p.m. here in Xinjiang. And how are you today? Thank you for being here as always. And William says, hello everyone. William Wellington, hello everyone. Hello William, how are you today? Where are you from? You can tell us in comment. And William says, that's amazing. Yes, today we're in the county. This county is called Luntai. And what makes this county so famous to Chinese tourists is its huge, let's say, far-flung forest. Especially the popular Euphratica forest, Huyang, all right? And we are going to explore more of this kind of tree, why it is so special, why it is so strong that can survive in the desert. All right, and Jessie says, yes, Nyonya looks like she would truly enjoy camping. Yes, that's definitely her thing, I would say. And William says, after I seen the Blair Witch Project, I can't go camping anymore, and I'm from Alaska. Hello, hi. What is Blair Witch Project? Can you tell us more about that? I didn't know that, but I wish you could tell me more about that project. Is that a documentary or something? Really love to know more about that from you. All right, we're doing this live stream on China Plus America, China Plus News, China Plus South Africa, and CRI Learn Chinese. So I'm trying to catch as many comments as possible that you have left to us. So let me check the CRI Learn Chinese page to see who are with us to learn some Chinese from this live stream. So just now we have introduced the popular Euphratica as Huyang in Chinese, Huyang. Okay, so I'm trying to get some comments from Learn Chinese page. All right, here. Christian says, 大家好, greetings to all the amazing Learn Chinese team. Hello, 您好, 你好. 大家好, 大家 here. We have 3 people here. So if 3 people means 大家, okay. And yes, 乔木灌木. So our colleagues are also trying to tell you some expressions related to forests, related to plants. All right, so about the popular Euphratica, we just said that this is the one of the few plants that you can find that can survive in the desert. And about the this kind of tree, there's a very famous Chinese saying that people always use when they talk about Poplar Euphorbica trees. That is, 生而千年不死，死而千年不倒，倒而千年不烂. That is, for a Poplar Euphorbica, it can live for 1,000 years. Even if it dies, it will still stand still for 1,000 years. Even if it falls down, it won't be rotten for 1,000 years. So that one, you can tell that one is a Poplar Euphorbica tree. It can live for 1,000 years without dying or falling down. It can live for 1,000 years. But this one, you can tell, it might have already passed away. It might have already died, but it won't be falling down for another 1,000 years. So this one is the Poplar Euphorbica tree that have already died, but it won't fall down for another 1,000 years. But that one, take a look at that one. That one, it has already fallen down on the ground, but it won't be rotten for 1,000 years. So we say a Poplar Euphorbica tree can actually live for 3,000 years. What an amazing tree that has a long living period, and that is strong enough, tenacious enough that so that it can survive in the desert. All right, and also you can also see that these, from the expression that we say 生而千年不死，死而千年不倒，倒而千年不烂, you can tell from this expression that the Poplar Euphorbica tree is really strong vitality from this famous saying. And all these trees you are looking at right now, they are all Poplar Euphorbica trees. And actually, Poplar Euphorbica is a very ancient tree species left over from the tertiary period. So it's also called the living fossil by many people because you might it's like a history book that have recorded all the changes that time has done to the world. Some experts might be able to learn about the history from the tree itself. So it's like a living fossil too, like many people call it. And due to the influence of wind and sand and drought, you will find many Poplar Euphorbica trees have somewhat strange or weird shapes, especially after all the leaves fall down and there's only tree trunk in front of you. But these, the autumn, now it's autumn. Autumn is the best season for you to appreciate the regional natural scenery of the Poplar Euphorbica forest. But maybe after November, after all the leaves falling down, you will see there's only the tree trunk standing in front of you, and they might have somewhat really strange, hard to describe, weird shape. Some of them might be like stretching arms directly into the sky, and it's like asking the sky, why you do this to me? Why my destiny is like this? Why do I have to live in such a extreme weather, such a dry desert? But take a second thought. It might be also like the tree is showing its toughness, showing its tenacity to the world, that I'm strong enough. I know the world is tough. I know the environment is tough, but I'm tougher. I can survive in the desert. You cannot kill me. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So that's why in China we have an expression also called 胡杨精神, 胡杨精神, the spirit of the Poplar Euphorbica tree, the spirit of the Poplar Euphorbica, 胡杨精神. So here, another example that show you that this tree can actually survive for 3,000 years. Here, as a living tree, it can stand for after it dies like this. This one, I think this one has already died. This tree, this Poplar Euphorbica tree, it has already died, but it will still stand like in this way for another 1,000 years. But unfortunately, that one that has already fallen down into the lake, for that tree trunk, it won't be rotten for another 1,000 years. So, with a strong tree, with Poplar euphratica we're looking at right now, and we are trying to learn something from its quality, like to be strong, to never surrender destiny, to never surrender to any difficulties or challenges or even depressions that you are faced with. So I think this just remind me of the year 2020. We have been faced with all the difficulties this year, even though it's already October. And for most of the people around the world, some of you are still living in the dilemma of brought by the coronavirus pandemic. But just learn something from the Poplar euphratica trees. Don't surrender to that. Tell that coronavirus that we are tougher, and we won't be beaten by it. And together we can win this battle. All right. And any other questions we can tell from our pages? Kenny says camping is a lot of fun. Yes, it is. Yesterday, even though I didn't participate in the camping, I can actually feel my colleagues who were doing all those preparations, who were actually enjoy this camping process. I can tell that they were really, really having fun. And for me, I'm just not that type of a person. So camping is not like my thing, but I'll try to that a little bit more in the future, maybe. And William says, yes, a documentary about two people that got lost in the forest, a horror movie. Oh, so you were talking about the Blair Witch project. So as you can see, so here's the tip. If you want to travel to the forest, like the Poplar euphratica forest, make sure you bring enough mosquito repellent, all right? So there were so many, even though this place is so beautiful, there were so many mosquitoes around us. All right, so remember to bring enough the mosquito repellent or the sprays that can shoot away all those mosquitoes, that can protect you against the mosquitoes. All right. Blair Witch Project, a documentary about two people that got lost in the forest, a horror movie, William told us. I would love to watch that maybe later tonight or after we finish this journey, Amazing Xinjiang. And yes, it's a movie. I didn't watch that. Oh, William says that's amazing. Yes, Jessie says I agree. All right, and Learn Chinese page. Any comments? No, not yet. Maybe it's not the perfect time. Oh, yes, we do have some more comments here. Muhammad says hi, hello, and Christian told us that we call Alamo. Alamo, is that a Spanish expression to the Poplar euphratica tree in Spanish? All right, how do you pronounce it? Alamo, is that right? And also we have someone from the Learn Chinese page says, nice. All right, nice. This is really a nice place. This place is called Luntai. It's a small town, really quiet, really beautiful. Might not be developed like those towns in inland areas in China, but it's absolutely a good place for you to have some sightseeing, to enjoy the wildness of the nature, and also to enjoy the vast Poplar euphratica trees, forests. Okay, and the vast majority of Poplar euphratica trees in the world grows in China, and while more than 90% of the popular Euphratica forests were here in Xinjiang, and especially in the Tarim Basin here in the Tarim Basin. So you may also find the forest in Inner Mongolia, where the trees also play a very significant role in combating the desertification. So in Uyghur language, as we are here in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, in Uyghur language, Populus euphratica is also called Tuoke Lake, Tokrak, I guess. Tuoke Lake, that's in Mandarin. Tokrak, it means the most beautiful tree. So beautiful, how beautiful it is. If you can you can look over there, over the lake, you can see the vast popular euphratica forest. And if you come here maybe at the end of October or at the beginning of November, all the leaves have already turned red or yellow. That would be really like burning flames. If you take a look, that would be really gorgeous. Mosquitoes are trying to bite me. Excuse me, why? There's so many mosquitoes. Like I said, you should bring enough repellent so that you can shoot the mosquitoes away. And just now we were discussing about this phenomenon that different parks, different forests have different kinds of mosquitoes. That some of them might make you feel hurt. Some of them might make you feel so itchy that you cannot tolerate. And so I guess you should wear long sleeves, trousers, and wear a hat, and or maybe use a scarf if you have one. And also, like we said, the poplar euphratica tree is one of the few plants that you can find living in the desert. Others are like the red willow. Do you still remember that? 红柳, red willow. Because in Xinjiang there is a very famous and delicious dish called 红柳烤肉 that people put all the mutton with the branch of the red willow, and then you can enjoy the barbecue. I can't really tell the difference between this kind of barbecue and other Xinjiang style barbecue, but people say this tastes better than the normal ones. So maybe next time you can try those barbecue by yourself, and to see whether the 红柳烤肉tastes better or not. And other plants that you can find in the desert are wild olives or silverberry. That's called 沙枣 in Mandarin. And also saxol, 梭梭. That's a kind of plant that we recently in China many young people know. It's not because we have very good knowledge of the forest or something. It's because of actually an app called this is not a marketing, I would say. This is not a marketing. This is not an advertisement. It's actually because of the Alibaba Group, and this kind of little app is called Ant Forest. 蚂蚁森林 Ant Forest. And I can actually show you, because I think this is really meaningful. This is one of the most meaningful things they're doing for a company. Here you can see in this app you would actually collect this is so-called energy balls, with different grams of energy that you might collect for your behaviors or your actions. Like if you go out, you take the public transportation instead of driving the private cars, or if you exercise like walking, have a jogging or running outside, then you will gain this kind of energy balls with different grams. Let's see, this is 5 grams, and actually you can steal your friend's energy like this. Oh yay. And also here there's so many. This lady has so many energy balls, and I'm going to steal one. And after you collect all the energies, you will see that this is my ant forest, and I have a total of over 14,000 grams of energies. What can you do with these energies? You can use these energies to plant trees in the desert or in the wetland just to protect the environment. So just click here and you could find there you have so many choices, including the saxo, like this. Saxo, and here, but I still need about 3,000 grams of energy to get one saxo, so that it will be planted in Bayan Nar. I think that's a place in Inner Mongolia. So, and Wuna told me she's really good at collecting energies from the ant forest, and she has already planted 2 popular Euphratica trees in Inner Mongolia or in Xinjiang. Xinjiang here. So you see, that's her contribution to the fight against the desertification. So I will try to, exercise more and take more public transportation or ride a bike, even though I don't know how to ride a bike. I'll learn that later in the future, maybe. So that's my contribution to the environmental protection. I wish I could, plant a popular Euphratica tree here in Xinjiang or in Inner Mongolia, just because yesterday we have traveled across the desert, I finally realized, in life, that how hard, how difficult the living condition here for people living around the desert. So for us who might live in the cities, in the inland area, sometimes we cannot imagine the living condition, the environment that's surrounding them. So, if we have this kind of function that you can do something to collect the energies, so that there's a company or there's such kind of group of people who will help you to plant trees in those places that need the forests and need the protection, that's really a good thing, I think. So
Jessie said, try not to get any of Nunu or Wuna's energy.
I'll do it right now. Let me check. But Wuna is so good at collecting the energies. I can't usually find her energies because she has already collected all her energies before I came to her forest to steal that energy ball. Yes, like I said, I cannot find. So I'm trying. These are my friend's forests, and I'm trying to. I'm trying to help her to collect this energy ball for her. And she has a total of over 70,000 grams of energies. That makes me jealous. All right. Keep stealing. Because before I know this function in this ant forest app for a long time, but I never paid too much attention to this because I just felt like, alright, it's just like a game or something. But until when I came to Xinjiang for this month-long trip, I finally realized that it is really meaningful to to improve the environment in the Gobi Desert or just like in the Taklamakan Desert, that your very little action can really mean a lot to the people living in such an environment. So yeah, I wish I could have my own very little contribution to the protection of the environment. All right, thank you. And Jessie says, amazing and beautiful forest. Indeed. Yes, it is. And actually, I know this place is really quiet. You might not find many tourists here, but actually, this whole area covers about over 260 square kilometers. And when I first entered, this is not the entrance of the park. This is actually hidden inside this park. And this is a little bit underdeveloped. They are still trying to develop this area into a tourist spot. And if you travel here, if you go to the entrance of this park, you will find a lot of tourists coming here to have a sightseeing or something because it's National Day holiday. It's National Day holiday and Mid-Autumn Festival holiday. And like we said, this year the Mid-Autumn Festival and the National Day actually falls on the same day, October the 1st. And just because the two festivals have been combined together, so Chinese people can enjoy an 8-day holiday. An 8-day holiday, what a pleasant occasion for you to travel across the whole country to some places that you can have a sightseeing, and let alone this is the best season of the year. The autumn is the best season for I think we have okay, we're back. No worries. Sorry for that. And where were we? Okay, so I'm saying that this is the best season for you. There's a mosquito biting me right now, like in front of the camera. Where is it? Thank you. Okay. You see, these mosquitoes are trying to learn the spirit of the Populus euphratica trees. They're fearless. They just won't give up. Can you see that? They just won't give up. All right. Oh, yeah. I was saying that this is the best season for you to have a tourist sightseeing across the country. And since you have an 8-day holiday, although me, myself, and Wuna and Niu, we're still on our business trip here across Xinjiang, we think this is also an opportunity for us to have a, meaningful. Yes, it is a meaningful trip, and you have the opportunity to see some sceneries that you might not have that chance to see before. All right. And Candy says sounds like a Rainbow Lake. Rainbow Lake, that one? Do you mean the lake behind me we just walked by? Actually, that lake, I don't really know the name of that lake, but I was told that was actually formed because the discharging water of the Tarim River. And Kenny says the mosses are biting because you're near water. Yes, Yuno taught me that. I just feel, we should. I don't mean to do a live stream catching the mosquitoes or what. Okay. Kenny says, I'm wondering if this is the part of China known for overbridge noodles. No, overbridge noodles. It's 过桥米线. Overbridge noodles. 过桥米线. That's actually the cuisine that you can enjoy in southwest part of China, in Yunnan province. So Yunnan province is famous for the overbridge noodles or cross-bridge noodles. I don't know whether it's the right way to translate that. 过桥米线. And here in Xinjiang, you have many other different kinds of cuisines or dishes like 拉条子. It's also a noodle. It's also a kind of a noodle that is really long, and that tastes really different from that one in Yunnan, from Yunnan. And Jessie says try not to get any of Niu or Wuna's energy, and Niu says it's fine, I'll steal them back. It's like a battle between us. And alright, and
The name of the lake.
oh, the name of the lake is really that's the name of the Bird's Lake. Bird's Lake. It's also known as Horseshoe Lake. Horseshoe Lake. Oh. Okay. It says the Bird's Lake used to be a depression between forests. Lack of fixed dams, the Tahe River flooded the depression in August every year, forming a lake that links the river. Alright, like I said, the water of the lake are from the Tarim River, and yes, there are also swans, white cranes, black storks, wild ducks, and wild geese in the lake, flying over the lake, presented by Vitality to this quiet piece of land. Yes. So, Birds Lake is the name of that lake we just walked by. And yes, and you can see the rail here. You can see the rail here. That's because we said that this whole park is really vast. It covers an area of over 206 square kilometers. So if you travel here, you can actually take a little train for sightseeing. So this is the rail for the train that might be take you towards this place. But like I said, this region, this part of this park is still under development. So it might maybe next year or the year after next year, you can actually take this little sightseeing train to this place. Okay. And great. So like I said, so the popular Euphratica tree is also named as the hero tree by many Chinese people because of its strong strong spirit, and many Chinese people like to use the Huyang Jingshen, or the spirit of the Populus Euphratica tree, to encourage themselves when they are faced with difficulties. So, best wishes to all of our friends around the world. Use the spirit of Populus Euphratica trees to encourage yourself to fight against all the difficulties and challenges, or even the depression you are faced with, especially in the year 2020. And I believe we will get through this very soon. So I think this is almost the end of today's live stream. Thank you for tuning in. And as we mentioned for many times, we are on a month-long journey here in Xinjiang. This project is actually called Amazing Xinjiang, and we have one more week to travel across this wonderland. So stay tuned. We do have no mosquitoes. We do have more interesting things and natural sceneries to share with you. So see you next time. Stay tuned. Bye bye. See you next time.